would like to welcome you to C7's news show. First, Maria would like to update you with the current Woburn Street news. Maria.
Wilmington finally has its spring. Everybody's coming out of their houses after the long, harsh winter. They are cleaning their yards and playing all sorts of games. Kids are going out to play after school. Here are the upcoming events. The Kiwanis Club will be putting on a bike rodeo. A bike will be given to a boy and a girl. At the rodeo, your bike will be inspected just to make sure it is safe. Helmets will be available for you to buy. It will be held on May 11th. The Woburn Street School will be holding an ice cream smorgasbord on May 2nd. If you haven't paid in advance for your tickets, you can buy tickets at the door. Now back to you, Joe.
Hello again. One of the most popular books for children is Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. Richard started writing it and got sick. His wife finished it for him. It became a big hit. Here's Shane Gaffney to tell us the story.
Hi, my name is Shane Gaffney, and I'm reading my Mr. Popper's Penguins report in review. Admiral Drake sends Captain Cook, a penguin, to Mr. Popper in Stillwater. Captain Cook gets sick because he was looking for a mate. The aquarium sends Greta, a female penguin, to Mr. Popper because the veterinarian said it would cure Captain Cook's sickness. Captain Cook and Greta have 10 babies. The penguins put on an act to earn money so they could all live. They traveled from town to town with the penguins putting on their act. They were a hit wherever they went. The penguins get into the orchestra pit and scared an opera singer. Mr. Popper gets to see Admiral Drake, and they talk about going to the Arctic Circle with the penguins. They were unhappy in the summer. Mr. Popper goes to Antarctica with Admiral Drake and the penguins to see if the penguins can live at the North Pole. Oh. And this is an interview with Mr. Popper conducted by Mark Pickett.
Welcome to C7 News. It's really exciting to have a character from a famous book here with us today. We have Mr. Popper from the book Mr. Popper's Penguins. Mr. Popper, how do you feel having a penguin being sent all the way from Antarctica to Stillwater?
I feel like I have many more responsibilities, and it also made me feel that I'm more than a house painter. I'm a penguin keeper.
Mr. Popper, was it easy taking care of a house full of penguins?
No, it was not easy because we spent all our money on getting the icebox all set for Captain Cook and for installing the freezing plant in the cellar.
What was the penguin's bed? And did it sleep all night, or did it stay up and make noise?
Normally the penguins were very quiet during the night, except sometimes Columbus would start making noise. The penguins slept on the cakes of ice we bought for them.
Mr. Popper, how did you get started in showbiz?
We got started in showbiz when we needed money. Then we decided to put on an act with the penguins. We went to a theater and did our act. The crowd loved it, and we just built up from there.
How did you feel when your penguin got in? How did you feel when your penguins got you arrested for disturbing the peace?
I was very sad and mad and disappointed in myself because we had only had a few more weeks of doing the act, and then we would be done.
After Admiral Drake bailed you out, how did you thank him?
I was very surprised to see him, and I kept on thanking him. I was also glad that I didn't have to spend more than a few days in jail.
Admiral Drake asked you to go on an expedition to start a race of penguins in the Antarctic. Are you going to accept his offer?
Yes, because I think it's important to try out different things with animals, and I can't stand the sight of all the explorers up there with no penguins to play with.
Thank you, Mr. Popper. And now here are Greg and Crystal with the sports news.
Hi, my name is Crystal Lunte,
Hi, I'm Greg Phillips.
and this is C7 Sports News. The Red Sox are having a very bad start to the 1996 season. So far, they have lost 19 games and won 7. Woburn has hit only 8 home runs. They also have a terrible defense. They make lots of errors. Their pitching needs to improve. Hopefully they'll get better. Greg?
The Bruins lost the series to the Florida Panthers on Saturday, April 27th by a score of 4-3. Bill Ramford played after having a hurt ankle. The Bruins brought up Providence goalie Scott Bailey for a backup goaltender. The Panthers went with about 4 minutes left in the game on a one-on-one with Ray Block and Scott Lindsay. He scored on Bill Ramford to win the game. Thank you.
Something really exciting has just happened. The amazing Thomas Edison has just agreed to an interview with Danny Shibelia. They just arrived in the studio. Here they are now.
Hi, I'm Danny Shibelia here with Thomas Alva Edison. Thomas, we know you've been dead for a long time, but he came back just to give us some of important information. Thomas, where and when were you born?
I was born in Manila, Ohio on February 11th, 1847.
Mr. Edison, what was your favorite invention and why?
My favorite invention was the light bulb because it made a big change in the world. And here are some pictures of C7's drawings.
All right, Mr. Edison, how did you become deaf?
I became deaf because one time when I was late for a train, the conductor pulled me in by my ears, but I am only deaf in one ear.
All right. In what year did you start your electric lamp?
I started my electric lamp in 1878.
Did you think you were going to make so much money off your stock market ticket?
No, I did not plan to make $40,000 off my stock market machine, but I only planned to make $4,000 or $5,000. That was great.
How many years did you take to find the filament for your light?
It took me 5 to 6 years, but most of the time was fun.
How many inventions did you make?
I'm happy to tell you that I made over 1,000 inventions.
And when did you die?
I died on October 13th in New Jersey, 1931.
Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Joe Rapucci, the new co-anchor. This is the editorial section of our news show. Editorials are people's own opinions. The first person to tell us their opinion on a subject is Stacy Carlson.
There has been talk in the news about a new law that may be passed concerning public school children wearing uniforms. I think children in public schools should wear uniforms. One of the reasons is uniforms will be less expensive than what parents spend on school clothes every year. It will also be less stressful trying to decide what to wear each day. I also believe there will be less violent acts over what you're wearing. Parents could have more money to spend on after-school clothes and special occasions. Most importantly, kids will be judged by who they are, not what they're wearing. Thank you, Joe.
And this is Mark Pickett. I think that school dress code in private schools should be canceled because kids should dress the way they want to. They should dress differently. It is also very uncomfortable wearing a uniform all day long. You could not even wear shorts when it's hot out. You also have to change every day after school. I know what it feels like because I went to a private school before. Thank you, Joe. And this is Michael Giangiorgio.
I think that they might make a new law that children have to wear uniforms in public school. schools. I disagree with this law because the uniforms cost a lot of money. Mothers can buy clothes that are cheaper. Children don't want to wear the same clothes every day, and when the weather is hot, you can't wear shorts. It would be hard to think. The last reason is that other children from other schools might make fun of you. When you come home every day, you would change into shorts.
Thank you, Mike. Now here's Dennis Robot with a different editorial.
I think that the dirty, smelly, and polluted slums are a disgrace to our city. I think everyone in this city should chip in to buy a few shelters for the people who need food, clothing, and medical care. Because it is our responsibility to keep our cities clean and to make sure everyone in our city has a home and food. Also, this act will decrease the amount of violence and the amount of people working into stores for food and clothes. These are the reasons why I think the slums need improvement. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Dennis. Now here's Crystal Valenti.
Hi, my name is Crystal Valenti, and I'm reading my editorial about school recess. I think kids need a longer recess. The children have been working all day, and they need to exercise. They also need to stretch out so they can listen and feel better. The fresh air will cool them off and help wake them up. That's why I think kids need a longer recess. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Now here's Dave Paris.
Dear Globe, I am very disappointed about your article about girls. Girls do not have inferior brains. They shouldn't just stay home and clean the house. They should get up. They should get a better job. Girls can play whatever sports they want, like baseball and football. Girls are not lazy. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Dave. That is the end of the editorial section.
Hi, my name is Elise Gambadella.
And my name is Nathan Phillips.
For years, there has been controversy over what tastes better, Coke or Pepsi.
We're going to have a blind taste test to find out the truth once and for all.
We're going to ask people who are walking by to taste both and tell us which one they like best.
But they won't know which one is which.
We'll record their answer on this chart. Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
Sure.
I like A better. I like B better. Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B? Sure. A.
B.
Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
Sure.
A. Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B? B. Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
A.
Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
A.
Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
B.
Excuse me, could you taste both of these drinks and tell me which one you like better, A or B?
A.
As a result of our blind taste test, 6 out of 10 people preferred Pepsi over Coca-Cola. I guess they were right. Pepsi is better than Coke. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sheila Patterson, a new co-anchor of C7 News. As you know, many people immigrated to the USA. Here are some of their stories. And here's Lauren Cushing.
Hi, my name is Desiree. I came to America in 1836 when I was captured and taken from my home in Africa. My mother, father, and little brother Maki were left behind. It was a hard journey to America. I was sold and taken to Georgia when I got to America. It was a very hard life. I was afraid of the whip. I was sold to a man named George Callahan. He was 32 years old. He taught me how to read and write. He helped me escape. He hid me in the basement and led me to the Underground Railroad. I returned to Africa. I was glad to be home. George and I wrote to each other. But on June 17th, 1892, he died. He was 87 when he died. His daughter wrote me a note. She asked me to come for his funeral. I would not go back to that dreadful place. I could not stand the memories of being tortured. I stayed in Africa. That's where I belong. Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Lauren. And here's Elise Gambardella.
My immigration story. Hi, my name is Lucia Gambardella. I came to the United States in 1878 from Italy. My family didn't like Italy because of religious persecution. I didn't want to move because Germans were coming and killing the Italians. I used to hide in the cellar with food. I came to America on a ship along with 1,208 other people. The ship only had 72 rooms, which is big, but you were really cramped in. I slept in a room with 79 other people. I heard that America had a lot of great jobs to offer. My 7 brothers and sisters and I had to work in Italy. I got paid $2 a week. I got paid the most besides my parents. On the ship, a lot of people died. 2 of my sisters died, but the rest of us made it. When we got to America, I said, this is my new home. Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you for listening.
Hi. It feels like I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're enjoying the new show. I would like to introduce Lauren Young, telling you all the Woburn Street School Girl Scout news. Lauren? Girl Scout news, reported by Lauren Mountain. The Girl Scouts are fun and exciting. You learn a lot of things in Scouts. We do all kinds of activities like tie-dyeing socks and singing Christmas carols to the elderly people. We sell famous cookies, the one and only Girl Scout cookies, etc. We go on many field trips, like Let's Go Batty, where you learn about bats, and Sleeping Over the Museum of Science. We're also going on a camping trip on May 4th. We are having a hand-me-down fashion show on May 30th. We got old clothes and did neat designs on them. Then we have a fashion show. This year in Troop 1044, we sold 1,595 boxes of cookies. After we paid for the cookies, we had $955.20. I could go on and on, but I will stop right here. That's the fun in Scouts. Here's a picture on a field trip. Junior Girl Scouts Troop 1044. Go on a Minuteman bike path during school vacation. Picture bottom left to right. Lauren Cushing, Lauren Napoli. Second row, Elise Gambardella, Lauren Mallon, Crystal Valenti, and Shannon Fahey. Back row, Jenna Patterson and Jacqueline Grady. Picture once again. Thank you very much, Lauren. Hi, my name is Stacey Carlson, and I'm the new co-anchor, and I'd like to introduce you to Tiffany Zolt, who is going to read her original story.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Zoll, and I'm going to read you a true story called The Terrible Chairlift. One time I went skiing at Bradford with my dad. I was scared to go on the chairlift, but I didn't anyway and found out it wasn't so bad after all. I actually liked it. I liked it so much I went up 8 more times. The 9th time I went up, my dad and I bumped skis while we were getting off. I went one way and he went the other way. I jumped back on the chair and went all the way around. I was humiliated because everyone was staring at me. I was too short to reach the bar that turned off the machine, so I went down the lift a little more. I was as scared as an elephant is of a mouse. The guy told me to pull down the bar that holds you on, but I couldn't reach, so I had to hold on to the back of the seat. Finally, when I got to the end, I had to slide off into the arms of a ski patrol person. He took off my skis so I couldn't ski down the hill. I had to jump off like a kangaroo. I went on a few more times. And when I went home, I told the rest of my family about my experience skiing. Everyone laughed like hyenas. They weren't laughing at me, they were laughing with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Hi, I'm the new co-anchor. I'm Matt David. We're going to read some original animal stories. Joe Rapucci is going to be the first one to read his make-believe animal story. Thank you, Matt.
The tremor. The tremor is an oversized worm. It eats humans from underground. It has claws on its side to maneuver itself on the ground. It can reach up to 500 miles per hour. It feels the vibrations on the ground, but it has no eyes. It can lift up a 30-ton vehicle and take it down on the ground. The tremor lives in Nevada. It has already eaten half the town. It only has one enemy, the human being. The color of the tremor is black. It also has little worms inside its mouth, but when it bites you, it injects poison into your body, so watch out for the tremor.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Hi, Ted.
Hi, Matt. The man-eating reptile. My animal's name is Reptile. It eats people, fish, and meat at night. He has a big dark eye in its body. It lives in a jungle. It defends itself with its eyes. It is 1,000 feet tall and it weighs about 2,000 pounds. He is green with orange triangles, and it has red hair. One leg is black and the other leg is red and gold. He has 6 fangs on its feet. He wrecks cities. He has no enemy because he is the biggest and the strongest animal in the world.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Matt.
Hi, my name is Michael Collins.
My name is Nathan Phillips.
And we are reviewing James and the Giant Peach.
We read the book and then saw the movie.
We think the book is better than the movie because in the book you can imagine the pictures in your head, and in the movie you can't. It's funny to imagine tiny insects as big as human beings. Nathan?
The movie was different because you have to imagine it, but in the book you do. In the book did not have the rhino in it or giant sharks. In the book, they did not have it when when they went to the North Pole or met the pirates. In the book, Aunt Sparkle and Spudge did not make the money off of the Peach.
And we say to read the book and then see the movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, at the beginning of the year, we studied Egypt. We made these mummies as a project. We made these mummies as a project. The hieroglyphics that are shown here each resemble a different picture or animal or better. Yes, Stacy.
My mummy has an ink on it, which is a necklace that goes around. It took, when the people built the mummies, it took them 3 caskets, and the outside, which is this part right here, took about a couple of days. Now here's Michael.
I have a cartouche down here, and that resembles the name of them in hieroglyphics, and I have a false beard, which many women used to have to say that they ruled the world. Here's Lauren.
I put plenty of eye makeup on my mummy because it shows right here their sunglasses to their eye, and I put lots of lipstick on, and they also have some wax, and there's perfume in it, and as the day goes on, the perfume drips down, and they smell. Here's Michael Cullen.
Hi, I'm Michael Cullen, and this is my name in hieroglyphics, and I drew some hieroglyphics down here. And thank you for listening.